Hey you guys, it's XD40 Lou. I'm here in Arizona. For those that aren't familiar with the channel, it is a gorgeous 79 degrees. This is our winter time and the time that we love the most. Sunny, perfect, nice and breezy. Anyway, today I wanted to show you guys an update on where I'm at with my 1.1 RC travel trailer camper. And this is a build. I did not want to spend $30,000-$40,000 on a travel trailer, and they're so high right now. I mean, with inflation and everything. Used to be where you can buy a pretty decent small mini one for one guy to get out, you know, in the anywhere between 15, 20. But now I haven't found much. Unless I go used, I haven't found much under 30, up in the 30, 35, 40 even range. And that's for some of the little ones, even. Some of the bigger ones, I didn't even look at them. But, yeah, so here's where I'm at. As you can see on the gate right now, one of the things I had to do is, and I've been working real hard, that's why I haven't been making any videos. This is the time of year where I'm usually making crawling videos, but I really needed this time to get this trailer built to get it done before next summer. So because we have an HOA here in our community, is an HOA community, I had to try to keep my trailer under 8 feet. So originally I had built the ceiling roof and the inside at 7 feet. But I had to adjust that down to 6'4", so that with the trailer and the wheels and everything, I could keep it at 8 feet. That's the rule. The other rule is that it can't be seen from the street. So as you could see, I did a pretty good job of hiding it. I put some camouflage leafing up there. And so far it's been about a month and they haven't said anything. I did widen my gate to make room for it. It is a 6x14, but you know, with the wheel wells, they stick out pretty good. It came in at around 7.5 feet, so I barely can squeeze that sucker in there. But I do get it in there, and it's not too bad. Just take my time, and as long as I take my time and don't rush myself, I'm not going to ram into anything. You know, I'm not in a hurry. So this is the camouflage up on top, and as you could see, it covers the top of the trailer. And I've set it back pretty far. And with my neighbor having some really nice trees, it does a good job of covering it. And so far I haven't had under the 8-foot rule, and I have it covered so it's not visible from the street, which is the rule. So I did start on it. This is the frame. Now, this video might be 2 parts. So one of the parts, the first part is explaining what I'm up to, the vision, and the trailer itself, and where I'm at so far. And the second part will probably be more documentation for myself. Just wanting to record some of the inside of it. It's good for insurance purposes. It's good for trying to remember what, you know, where I might have had some studs before I complete the walls, and the installation information and all that stuff. So like I said, some of it will be more documentation for myself, and then some of it will be to kind of fill you guys in on where I'm at with my trailer build. So far I've got the exterior box done. It's very raw. I've put a primer, and I've been filling in holes from screws, and I don't have any windows on it so far. I do have windows. I have one that came in and more coming. Okay. I did the rubber coating on the top of the roof. So I put a primer on it, and then sealed any cracks and crevices and anything that could be seen. And then also I went ahead and bought a gallon of the rubber coating. It's very thick stuff, and it seems to look great up there. I haven't seen any leaks, and it has rained, and I haven't any leak problems. But long term, I think it's going to stay this way for a little while. I still have to put the seam, metal like flashings around the sides. I think it's a 2-inch by 2-inch L shape. And I seen them at Lowe's. They're tin. So I have to do that. I still have a lot of work. I'm only probably a third of the way. I wanted to get the hard part done, which is the shell itself. So the shell is up, and so now it's sanding the sides to get a smoother finish. Then doing another coating, and I may even do a metal roof, a thin metal roof over the top of this one. But that might be down the road. If I see I've got wear and tear and it's not looking like it's going to hold up, then I'll probably do a metal roof on it. But I think for the first season or two, heck, I've got a junky little shed back there that's 17 years old. And, you know, this MDX will last you a long time as long as you keep it painted, you know, the plywood stuff. As long as you keep it painted and don't let any water and rot get into it, it'll last a long time. So, you know, I'm 63. I figure if I can get 10 years out of this baby, or 15, whatever, you know, I can keep doing, I'll do. But this is my RC trailer. And so the outside is very raw, and only for the reason that I wanted to get some primer, hard coat primer, and patching work done so that when it rains, it's not getting all, you know, it's not absorbing any water into the MDX. So that's, this is some of the stuff for the trim here. So let's get into the side here. I'm going to cut away and I'll come back. Now this is a 6x14. It's a dual axle. It has a, it's 1,700 pounds. It's, It does have electric brakes on it. I probably don't think I even needed to go that much, but I just wanted the extra safety of having a nice, it's heavy duty trailer. It can tow 5,800 pounds on top of it, which is usually a car. It has the ramp with the extra iron, I forget what they're called, the bars. But it's got the extra bars on it. Now, again, everything is kind of raw because I'm still got a long way to go. I've decided on the back, I put a little canopy. I extended the roof to come up over it about 2 feet so that I would have a little canopy. Now, I'm having trouble seeing because of the sun, so hopefully this video is coming out pretty good for you guys that are interested. But I did a door system. I'm going to unlock it here. But one of the things I wanted to be able to do is in case I ever get a, like maybe a ATV or something, I can drive it up in there and be able to take it with me. So that's long term. I'm hoping to get like one of those ATVs, those hunting ones, really nice ones for just, you know, slow crawling, nothing high speed or fancy or anything like that. But just a nice one to maybe like when I get to my campsite, be able to put a couple of cars in the back of the ATV and find a nice spot to go crawling. So that's kind of the goal. So that's what the ramp is for. It's also going to work as, I'm going to put some legs on it, and it'll also function as like a little mini deck. So I'll be able to put a little chair on there. I'm going to cover the bottom, the floor there. Yeah, I'll be able to put a chair, have a cup of coffee at night, you know, and do that. Now, the way I did my doors is I could not find, without ordering a custom sliding door, I couldn't find a custom sliding door at this height because, as I mentioned before, I had to lower the height of the ceiling to keep it in HOA rules and not have any problems. So my ceiling height is 6'4", which for me is fine. You taller guys know, but I'm 5'7", and so 6'4" is plenty for me. I wanted 7 feet. It's always recommended to at least get 7 feet, but I wasn't able to. So One of the things, I couldn't find that door, and if I ordered custom, it was going to be very, very expensive. I didn't want to put a regular door on it. So this is the setup I have. There's a name for it, but I can't remember what it is. But all 4 of these sections open. So if I'm in there and I don't want any, let's say, animals crawling in, or depending on where I'm at, I can open just the top 2. Or I can open all 4 of them. Or I can just open one side. So by doing it that way, I'm able to open the doors as needed. Some days, I might be cold and I may not be able to open all 4 doors. So there is going to be a big 2-foot by 2-foot window on, I think I'm going to put it on this one. I haven't decided yet which one's going to get the window. But let me unlock it. I did a barn door setup. So like I said, I didn't want to spend money on this trailer. I didn't want to get into any debt. I'm building this cash little by little. And I didn't want to get into a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 debt. I'm retired now and I don't like debt. So that's something that I did not want to do. So I think I can get all in with this at around $8,000, which, it's not going to be fancy. It's not going to be, it's going to be pretty raw looking, bare bones, basic little camper. A lot of guys call them hunting trailers, where they're just, real simple setup. But let me show you the inside and show you what the vision is on that. I'll probably do a part 2 on this, so that for those that don't want to stick around, that's fine. But for those that kind of want to see it, I'll show you the setup. All right, so coming up to my door here, I went with this barn door setup. Let me get the right key here. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I went with this setup because I'm not using a regular pass-through type door, like a house door type or a screen door. I wanted to go this route. So this is the setup. And what's nice about it is, it works. So here's my top section. Pull that out. All right. Now, the rest of these 3 are set up on what they call latch springs. Hopefully you guys can see that. But basically, I'm just going to pull down, turn it, and that releases it. Now, I still have a lot of work to do in here. So, there's insulation going on here, and then the exterior part. I just wanted to at least be able to get the doors up and secure the trailer with the lock and the doors. So that's why it's kind of really raw on the inside, because I wanted mainly my shell and be able to keep all my stuff in here. And then what I did on the lower 2 is, again, I used another latch system. Let me show you. And all I do is reach down here, pull this. This is a gate, the ones you use for RV gates and house gates. But that releases this door now. Okay. So now you can see I've got 3 doors open. So like, let's say I want to just hang in there but get light, and I can just open the top 2, or I can open these 2 and close this one up, and still have in and out access, going this way. So it gives me, this door system is going to give me a lot of nice options. Let me unlatch the bottom one now. Now I have to set up some type of system to hold it in place, hold them so that they stay in place. But when this door, bottom one, opens, it keeps the top one open. See, I put this trim on there to keep it so that they kind of work together a little bit. See, that'll keep them both together. I might do little latch pins on here, smaller ones, to keep the two top and bottom door together if I want it that way. So now I have a nice big entrance. And that gives me 6 feet if I want to bring in a small ATV. I think I can even get a big ATV in here, actually. So here's the inside. And again, it's very raw. I went with plywood, thick 1/2-inch plywood on the inside also. I really wanted this shell to be nice and strong. I've got my electrical. I want to put that inside the wall. So there's my roofing. Everything is 16 inches on center. I've got it insulated so far from here back. So this is part of the video where I'm just this is to refresh my memory in case I forget things that I've done on the inside. I can always come back to this video. So for those that want to, say goodbye, that's fine. If you've already said goodbye, that's fine. But yeah, so I've got the R13 insulation. And so I'm putting up the plywood. That's going to make it really strong. The wall, I was going to build it on the inside of the frame. You see the frame there? This was originally a utility trailer. I decided to go on the top rail. One is because it's very, very heavy duty, strong steel. Very well welded. But also because if I would have put the shell on the inside of the trailer, I would have taken up almost 10 to 12 inches and would have made it from 6 by 14 to about a 5 by 14. I wanted that extra foot because I want to be able to put a full-size twin mattress in here. So that's going to be, and it's going to be like a fold-up type mattress. And then also I wanted a full bathroom. I'm a heavy guy, so I'm not a skinny guy. So I went with a 32 by 32 spacing for the shower. And then on this side, it's going to be the toilet. I haven't framed out the wall yet here, but I'm going to put a small wall here so I can walk in. I got the toilet here. I'll have my shower here. Then it'll be little counter space, sink, stove, refrigerator. And so my workbench for my RCs is, I figured it out, it's going to be 4 feet, might be a couple inches less, but it'll be a 4-foot workbench here with a TV. And then up here will be shelving and whatnot, like a oven up there in that area, and just shelving for space, storage, and stuff like that. In here, I got a big file cabinet coming in with 4 drawers. It actually holds 4 of the big RC cars. It's 24 inches deep and 15 inches wide. I did want to do a file cabinet. I got it for $15. And what's nice about it is, I can have one drawer for like supplies, cooking supplies and things like that. Another drawer for even clothing and things like that. So I really like that. And then I can do over the top of the filing cabinet can go, we'll have 2 shelves for 2 RC cars. And then on this side, after I get my filing cabinet done, it'll have a bed and then a toolbox right on the end. That's all that's going on this side is my roll-up toolbox right here, the bed, and then additional shelving for RC cars all the way across. I'm hoping, I don't want to bang my head, but because again, it's only 6'4". Had I been able to do the 7 feet, I think I could have gotten 2 shelves in. And I may still be able to get 2 shelves in, like maybe 2 over the toolbox. So hopefully 2 cars there. And then over the bed, for sure, 1 shelf on the top, the very top, and all the way across. and then maybe over the file cabinet, 2 shelves. So we'll see how it all works out. I still got a lot of little details to work out. I've got the flooring in. Like I said, I've got the electrical, the outlets done. I still have to do the lighting across the top, fan. I still got a lot of electrical work to do, but that's all in the ceiling for the lights, so I don't have to go into the walls anymore. And then there'll be some electrical for, I'm planning to do the electrical, and I'm not an expert on electrical, so I have a lot to learn yet on that. But I'm thinking I'd like to have a fuse or a breaker for like one breaker for the outlets, one breaker for the lights, one breaker for some of the like the heavier duty stuff like the pumps and special electronics and things like that. You know, so there's going to be a ceiling fan in here. There's going to be a breaker for the air conditioning. Planning to do a mini split on this. So again, it's not that big, so I shouldn't need a whole big electrical panel. You know, we'll see how it goes and how I wire it up. Like I said, I'm still kind of really green on that part of it, and I still got more installation to get in. Reason I did the video is so that I could document some of this stuff and see it on the video in case I have to reference it for myself again. You know, like things like trying to remember that this wall is in 2 pieces. There's 2 frames. This one's 8 feet on this side, and this one's 6 feet, or it's actually about 5.5 feet. But I wanted to kind of try to reference for myself how I did it, just in case I forget something and I need to go back. I have a reference. So that's the video. The flooring, the plywood is all down. So I'm going to put, I'm thinking of putting vinyl flooring, that waterproof stuff. Nothing expensive. Like I said, I don't want to spend a lot on it. It's going to be pretty raw. In the bathroom, I'm going with FRP for the walls. So I've got my plywood all up. And now I'm going to do a little bit of trim and then FRP the rest of it. Get the shower pan in. Get the toilet. I did buy the sink already. I found a good deal on Amazon for a stainless steel sink. That's my stove there. I got a few things in. This is my 2x2 window. I've got 2 more windows to put in. But I got to get the toilet. The toilet, I think, is going to be one of the last things. And the reason is I just haven't decided if I'm going to do the compost route or if I'm going to get the black tank and, you know, do that type of setup with a, I forgot what kind of toilet they call it, but it's a flush and you have the black tank on the bottom. Those of you that aren't RVing know. Like I said, I'm really green at this stuff, so I'm learning as I go. But yeah, and then one of the things I'm doing is you see that bathroom wall, it's really secured up to this top. And that's to kind of pull down and secure the roofing even more to the chassis, to the floor. So when I'm going to put a wall there, and then about halfway here somewhere, I'm thinking right around in this area here, I'll probably bring another post down because I have it on the top rails. And it is super, super strong. It's all bolted down. Tells you how big the tubing is that this sits on. An actual 2x3. I can't find those bolts, but yeah, they're bolted down. This frame is bolted to that. And then once I put this wall, once this wall is done right here and over in the front, I'm also going to go, let me show you real quick because this is important for those of you that may do this type. What I'm going to do is down here, you see that's the chassis, the frame. So I'm also going to bolt the wall to that chassis. So there'll be a bolt that goes through there and then into the I'm thinking like maybe 2, probably 5 on each side. That's additional support. So when I put that 4x8 sheet of plywood here and screw it to the wall, then it's also going to be bolted at the bottom to kind of help keep that down and give it more rigidity. This is really, really strong, solid. Even this frame here, it's a 2x10 piece of lumber, really big. I wanted it to be just, you know, super, super strong. So that's where I'm at, guys. Long video, but just wanted to kind of give you an update on where I'm at. Hopefully you get a chance to stick around and I didn't blab too much. And hopefully this summer I'll be on the road visiting. Maybe I'll be visiting some of you guys out there. We'll see. Hopefully we'll see how this first summer goes. Take care, guys. This is XC40 Lou out.